With a sound that blends pop, R&B, indie, and a little bit of techno, singer-songwriter Luke Metzler joins us in the studio to share where you can see him next and to listen to him as well.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hi AfterBuzzers, welcome back to Mini Spotlight, where we highlight rising stars in music, TV, and film. I'm your host, Amy Cassandra Martinez, and I'm joined by the fantastic Luke Metzler. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. That sounded like Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm sorry about that.
I love Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin, we miss you. We miss you.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
Well, speaking of great things, you are doing great things. Congratulations. Round of applause for you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yes. Okay, so let's get started. What are you currently working on that people can listen to right now?
Well, we just dropped this video for my song Money Time, and it's wild. It's very crazy. It's trippy. It's all over the place. It kind of takes you through this otherworldly stock footage LA. It's wild. I'm really proud of the song. It's pretty catchy. Worked on it with people I met here in LA and in Long Beach, and it's a lot of fun. Like you said, it's called Money Time, and it's about getting the money and making some time, so yeah.
I love that. Were you just, like sitting at home thinking like, what can I write next? I love money and I want more time. Money time. How did the whole process come about?
Well, it was about moving out here to LA. I'm from Rochester, New York originally, and meeting so many people who are so creative and they're all on their grind and working really hard. And I kind of wanted to write a song about those people, about being young and chasing dreams, looking for love, all while trying to hold it together financially, which is not easy. So it's a song that, while it talks about those challenges, it's ultimately very optimistic and upbeat, because even though all these people are out here chasing dreams and struggling, everyone's also just so fun and ready to have a good time. So that's kind of what it's about.
See, and I love that because I think it's so relatable to a lot of people. I mean, whether you're from LA or you moved to LA, or even if you're living in New York, we can all relate to going for our dreams and also struggling along the way.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The struggle is real. Now, what was the first memory that you have of writing a song or realizing like, yeah, this is what I want to do, I want to be a singer?
Well, the first song I ever wrote was unbelievably angsty. I was a 6th grader, and I wrote a song called Girl with No Place in My Heart. And I was 12 at that point, and no girls had any place in my heart, and I had not had a place in any girl's heart. And I also mentioned driving for some reason. I didn't have my license. I was a mere 12 years old. I was like, one of the lyrics was like driving down Main Street. It was very emo, very angsty. I was very into Fall Out Boy at the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Fall Out Boy. And, from there's been some evolution. Not much, but yeah.
Well, okay, so I said earlier, so your sound is a blend of pop, R&B, indie, with a touch of techno. How exactly did you come about that kind of a sound? It's not that common.
I listen to a ton of music. I love, the breadth of music I love is just really wide. And when it comes to that sound, it comes from listening to the harmonies that the Bee Gees use. It comes from listening to the stories that Frank Ocean writes, the sounds that I hear on the radio that influence me. And when you cobble that all together with me trying to be honest and write honest songs that people can dig, that's kind of how that all came about.
See, well, and speaking of, trying to come up with something, a lot of artists, I love asking people this, when do you come up with the idea? Like, is there a certain spot where music just like, whoosh, like, how does that?
I don't think there's a certain spot, but either a melody will come, or a lyric will come, or a chord progression will come, and any one of those three will influence the other. Like, a melody will be there and like, okay, what is this melody trying to say? This melody feels like this kind of a feeling. What kind of words conveys that feeling? Or these words are really powerful. What are these words trying to say? And you find a melody that fits that, and then you get a section together, and then that section turns into, you know, a template, and then you can weave a story through that template, and that's kind of how it falls into place. Like with Money Time, I got a beat from a producer, and I started writing a top line over it. I figured out that, hey, I want this section to go for a little longer, so we chopped up that beat, we rearranged it, and I had the verses, and I knew what the verses were, didn't have the hook yet. And then so after we chopped it and rearranged it, I said, okay, this is the narrative we're weaving. What do I want to say in this hook, and how should it sound? And in Money Time, it just kind of goes way high. It's like, can we smoke? Goes way up there. So yeah, I'm not sure if I explained that well, but that's kind of how the process goes.
Well, I mean, as there are plenty of us out there that we just do not write songs, so it's cool to hear your process for it. It reminds me a little bit of Music and Lyrics. Did you ever see that movie with, oh gosh, Drew Barrymore, Hugh Grant? They talk about, like, one of them is really good at lyrics, one of them is really good at melodies. So it's nice that, like, you can get both. Like,
oh,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
a little bit. But also, I think a lot of people can write songs. I think it's one of those things that people think is super hard. But like, you can just make it can be about anything. I'm not saying it needs to be good, but it can be about anything. It can be like, I don't know, like my shirt is.
Do you ever feel like a paper bag?
Exactly, exactly.
I mean,
it's a remix. It's a remix. Do you ever feel like a paper bag? Yeah.
I mean, that's a great song.
It is a great song.
Oh yeah. Do you ever feel like a? Oh yeah, it's plastic.
Yeah, but you said paper. It's a new thing.
Guys.
She's creating right now. This is beautiful. This
wow.
is music.
Thank you. See, it's just I'm feeling so inspired by what you're giving me right now.
I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Oh,
okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Who currently that is out there in the universe inspires you?
A lot of people. There are a lot of talented people, and I feel as though I can learn from all of them, but I think 1 and 2 on my list, they're probably tied, has got to be Frank Ocean and Kanye West.
Cool.
Kanye's inspired a lot of people just because he kind of changed the fabric of hip-hop and pop music and pop culture in the time he's been here, and I think he's continued to affect it through today, and I'm in awe of the excellence of his work. And when it comes to Frank Ocean, I mean, he's inspired me so much vocally, and the stories that he weaves on his songs are incredible. Even a song like Slide that he did with Calvin Harris. It's a pop tune, it's on the charts, but it weaves such a great narrative that's so unique. His language is so unique, and it's still a banger. It's a great song, and so I am very inspired by that, and I try to do that.
There is also something that I think a lot of people can be inspired by that you do. If you want to talk a little bit more about the Hannah Metzler Memorial Fund, I want to share that with you.
Yeah, so that fund is in honor of my late sister, who set up a great benefit concert back when she was battling cancer, and that fund is in honor of the charities that she wanted to raise money for. So we continue to raise money for those charities. All proceeds go to places like the Golisano Children's Hospital in Rochester, New York, Teens Living with Cancer, other kinds of organizations that help kids who are dealing with that stuff. And it's been really cool to help steward that and to be a part of all of those concerts, because it helps her memory and her giving spirit live on. And it's a way to help kids who are going through some really, really tough stuff. So that's what that fund is about.
And I love that, because it's exactly what you just said. And also, I think music is just so therapeutic, you know, for everyone, whether you're obviously battling a disease or having a really tough day. But it's just great that you guys were able to blend those two worlds together to help people. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like, if you could send a message to your 10 years from now self, what would you say?
10 years from now self, I'm hoping that you will have been on the Billboard charts multiple times, both with singles and albums, and I'm hoping that you're still creating music and touring, and I'm hoping that all the hustle pays off. Here's looking at you, future you.
I love that. I love that. I wish we could talk to you more, but can you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, listen to all your songs, everything?
Right. So Money Time, out now. It's a very trippy video. You can find that and all of my other stuff on my Instagram at Luke_Metzler, my Twitter at Luke Metzler, or my Facebook, at Luke Metzler Music or my website, lukemetzlermusic.com. Thanks for watching, guys.
Dude, you're like all hooked in there. Like there's...
I'm wired. I'm wired.
That sounds better. See, you are better with words. Songs, man. Songs. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, it's really easy to find him, listen to him, follow him, subscribe, all of that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Amy Cassandra Martinez, and you can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. See you guys next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!